I was headed to my folks' home near San Diego, California for Mother's Day, and decided that I'd spend some time exploring some of the fascinating sights of Arizona. While some of these are along dirt roads that are easily accessible by car, some are best tackled with at least high ground clearance, and a few are best left for owners of four-wheel drive vehicles if the weather might turn foul. However, before arriving in Arizona, I took a short detour through the volcanic lands of El Malpais, south of Grants, New Mexico.
Malpais is filled with a lot of interesting lava formations, old volcanic eruptions. It looks like they've done some road maintenance since the last time I was out here. It was pretty tore up. Good look at the lava fields right there straight ahead.
Well, this would give you a pretty good idea what these lava fields out here are like. This is some pretty rugged terrain.
We're going to turn towards the Big Tubes area. Look at that lava there. Wow.
That's the Big Tubes area. Some pretty deep lava fields over there.
Primitive road. Now, what's not to like about this? Looks like we found the main road. Yep, this is definitely a lot smoother going. Nice meadow on the drive here. This road's definitely in a lot better shape than it was last time. I guess it started about the same time of day, and I was really concerned about getting off the road before it got dark.
Some of the pretty scenery around here. An idea how far away we are.
It looks like we're arriving back at the paved road. I'm hoping we have enough light that I can shoot a little bit of video of La Vintana Arch, which is just right up the road here on the right. Pretty the way the sun's lighting those rocks up. There is Vintana Arch right in front of us.
I spent that night in Grants, then headed out early the next morning to Petrified Forest National Park, which of course includes the Painted Desert. I drove the paved road through the park, choosing to shoot only still images of the colorful landscape and amazing rocks. Leaving the Petrified Forest, I was driving into very high headwinds. I elected to abandon the interstate and drive a more relaxing route through the Coconino National Forest, south of Winslow, as I headed to Camp Verde for the night. The next day I was awake early and headed to the western division of Saguaro National Park, just outside Tucson, Arizona.
Occasionally you can see a saguaro with a hole in it, and birds use those, or at least the cactus wren uses those holes as a nesting place.
Yeah, you can see a couple of holes in that saguaro to the left there, where the birds must obviously live.
That is Apache Peak straight in front of us. We're going off to the right now. See the bird here on the Ocotillo on the right of the road. He'll probably fly off here in a second. There he goes.
Now that there is a Sonoran desert scene for sure.
Upon departing Saguaro National Park, I headed further west towards Cactus National Monument, which is situated on the Mexican border south of the small town of Ajo.
About 135, 140 miles to Cactus National Monument, south of Ajo. We're going to be taking this two-lane road, which runs almost all the way out there, and then a small road short to the south. Officially entering Cactus National Monument.
There he goes.
I've gotten checked in at the visitor center, paid for a tent site for the night, and we'll set my tent up later on so that I can go ahead and get out here on Ajo Mountain Drive. Oh yeah, look at that view. There's some Morgan Pike. A short little stretch of the road here for lesser vehicles. It's a little bit of a steep incline to get up here. Keeping an eye on that stuff over to the west. It does look like rain is headed in this way. Oh, the road got a little rough.
Pretty yucca plant.
See the quail right there on the left of the road? Just ran off the road. There's a nice view of the arch. See it up there high on the ridge line? If you look, there's actually two arches there. A smaller one right directly above the more obvious one.
He's right on the top of that tall saguaro. There he goes.
Well, there used to be some mountains off there in the distance off to the right. You see, we've lost them in all that haze. There's a little critter running along the left side of the road there.
Well, I got my campsite all set up, and those possible rain clouds, whatever they were, they're starting to clear out, and we're starting to get some really neat light. Got some dinner going, and something simple, just a couple hot dogs and apple, maybe a little potato salad.
That evening I enjoyed a pleasant sunset while listening to the birds and watching as the color faded from the western sky. The next morning I was up just before sunrise to see if I could find some Oregon pipe cactus blooms. These elusive flowers only appear a few weeks a year, and only at night. They close shortly after sunrise, making seeing them a special treat.
There's a bloom on one of the Oregon pipe cactus. There's an Oregon pipe cactus bloom.
Well, this morning about 7:15, and I'm taking Puerto Blanco Drive. I'm headed out here hoping to find a stand of Oregon pipe cactus that the ranger told me about yesterday.
There's one of the Oregon pipe cactus blooms.
Permit required and in hand. Roadrunner, straight in front of them. Two of them, see them there? Well, you can see some kind of a tower there with a couple of trucks. I suspect this is some equipment for monitoring the area at the border. I've done 2 right angle turns now, and they told me after the second one it wouldn't be too long and there would be a parking lot. He said the road, while it does go past the parking lot, I'm not allowed to travel past it. And I'll bet this is the parking lot here.
Closed area. Smuggling and/or illegal immigration are common in this area due to proximity to the international border.
From the parking lot, I took the hike out to Dripping Springs, partway up a nearby ridgeline.
Wonder what sort of critter lives in there. It's just a trail you have to hike up. A little bit of a steep climb to get up here. And then back there to the Jeep. The area is full of white-winged doves. I'll walk forward without bumping into anything that would... There they are. Yeah, a lot of bees.
Have left the Dripping Springs parking lot and are headed back to the Visitor Center to turn in the pass, and then we'll start heading out to San Diego.
After turning in the pass, I headed to San Diego to visit my folks for Mother's Day. I would spend a few days there and then drive the fascinating Campo Road in San Diego County as I headed back out to continue my explorations of Arizona. I've made a separate video, available on Digital by Doron, of the drive along Campo Road.